Hi everyone, welcome back to My Tavu's voice channel. Today we are going to be talking about how everyone who you encounter that comes either crosses your path or come into your life and stay for a few months to a few years. They are there for a reason. Throughout my life, I met so many people that to me, I knew that they were beautiful people. But were the lessons painful? Yes. For example, when I was in middle school, this particular person taught me the lesson of, at the time, I saw it as the heart is unstable and it's not trustworthy. I was still so young. I was in 7th grade. As I say this is because I liked this boy in 7th grade, okay? And I told my best friend that these are the reasons why I really, really like him. And what ended up happening was she ended up falling madly and with him too. And she went and asked him out. And they started their relationship, and it was just so insane. And I was upset, but we were able to actually have a conversation, and we talked, and she was like, this only happened is because of what you said. You just made him sound so amazing that I wanted him too. But the relationship only lasted that day. They ended the relationship already. And that was my logic as a 12-year-old, believing that the heart is just so unstable. But that wasn't true. As I got older, experienced more, I realized that it's not the heart, it's the mind. I was able to describe to my friend at the time the qualities why I liked about him, and it charmed her mind into understanding that that's the kind of quality that she wished to have in a partner as well. The heart knows itself. It's not trustworthy. It's not a place where you can't trust. And the brain you could definitely trust, but the thing is that growing up, the brain has been so influenced that depending on how it's influenced, there are habits and patterns that need to be broken. And yes, but that's not the only time. There was another time where I met someone in high school who we connected instantly. And I actually opened up my spiritual side to him. That's a crazy thing. But I said it in a way where I asked him a question. What was his understanding of it? I asked him, do you believe that if we as human beings do not change our ways, what will happen is that Mother Nature will have to do what they have to and eliminate everyone and start fresh again, and it'll be dinosaurs, and then so on, so on, so on, until humans arrives back on Earth. And he was not sure, and so I was like, okay. After that, I did not speak about my spiritual side anymore, and the thoughts that came through, because I just felt like nobody would understand if I shared it anyway, and that's how I felt like. So I just kind of closed it off again, and I went off to college. Let's just say college was a very interesting experience, because let's just say when people say that college is where you really develop yourself, it's half true. You develop a part of you also. But let's just say that you're forever growing. And it was there that I didn't see at the time, but the friends that I selected were like family members of mine. So this is where what you do not heal, the universe put back into your path. And what you do heal, the universe will put back in your path too, to see if you would actually stick around with individuals that are not so healthy for you. And that is what happened. And I'm not trying to say that we as human beings, we are all good, okay? It's just that we get influenced, and at the end of the day, you get to decide which path you wish to take, because no matter what, we are all going through this, but we all have a choice whether we walk in the light or the dark. And that's the beautiful thing. And so I'm not going to excuse anybody for the path that they have taken and the pain and suffering that they have created on another human being. That is not okay. But yes, college taught me a huge lesson, many lessons actually. And they were just small little issues that I would have with friends that I had then. And it just made me realize that it could be maturity, but it's more of their heart was not aligned with mine in the first place. These individuals that I consider as friend, but they didn't see me as a friend. This because a friend would not go behind your back and create drama. A friend would actually come and talk to you and situate problems that arises. And at the time, as you're still learning and developing, and you don't have really much of a role model, so you're actually learning everything yourself. And yeah, I realized that they weren't actually honest and true friends, because I could never have this conversation. And not only that, but a part of me always felt like the energy was just very off. It wasn't an honest energy. And so not only that, but the thing is that these individuals, they came in my life for a reason, because only years later did I realize that why I needed to face all of these experiences. Because I didn't see the lesson then, the true honest lesson, okay? Because the thing is that it's not these individuals that are, nobody's an issue, okay? Nobody's a problem. Everybody's here to teach us, and then we move on our own way. And it wasn't until after college, experiencing my job, internship to 3 other jobs, actually a couple of other jobs, that I really understood that what was happening was that I needed to do so much healing that that were developed when I was a child, and they were being played out throughout my whole entire life while I was developing myself, like trying to understand who I am. And it was just to get me to see what was happening around me, and to understand. And not only that, the beauty of it is that they test me if my values and morals, my foundation, is strong enough for me not to be manipulated and influenced by whatever environment that I am in. And that's like the critical lesson there, was that every situation that if you were placed in, would it change who you are? And the thing is that it does change you, it molds you, but then you get to determine if it molds you for the better or for the worse. And when I say worse, I just mean that did that environment influenced you and you actually caved in and became one of them. And at the end of the day, the choice is still like our choice, and it is just for us to understand ourselves better. But but yes, so this, like, I know that I didn't go deep into detail, but I just want to give you guys a taste of understanding of why everybody does come in your life to teach you a lesson, and some of them do stay. But in my situation, no, that did not happen because they were not healthy for me. And I say it in that way was that they were a part of my life for many years, and they have all during all those time they could have changed, meaning that they could have showed me the love that I deserved, that I was giving to them, the respect that I was providing them, just the compassion that I was providing them, the forgiveness that I was providing them, just energy that I wish that somebody would have provided me, but I wasn't provided those energy. If anything, I was provided false energy, that because it's another word for what I'm trying to describe is that I don't know if you guys ever heard of when somebody like love bombs you, and then they only do that because they want something from you, and then when they got that already, then their energy is back to where it is, where it's okay, well, it's a give me and I'll give you a little kind of situation. And eventually I finally understood, like I have said in the beginning, was that I didn't have a role model. I had to figure it out myself. What was going on, like the mind games people were playing, the behaviors people were what they were doing, because I did not understand, and I didn't have the words to even describe what they were doing. It wasn't until like I really sat down with myself, and that is so important, to sit down with yourself and to really reflect and understand what is going on. Why is it creating, like, you're causing your mind to spin? Like that's how I felt. That's how I knew that people were playing mind games with me. It's because my mind kept on spinning and spinning. And when I say spinning, it feels like it's like this replay constantly over and over and over and over again. It's like it's as if your mind is like, I need you to relook at this. I need you to relook at this. This is not right. Something's not wrong. Something is wrong. What they're doing is not honest. There's something dishonest about this, and they just want me to look into it, and I had no other choice but to really keep my eyes open, observe, listen, and understand what was my body trying to tell me and get me to understand. Because the truth is that, like I have mentioned in the past, we are completely equipped with everything we need. The only thing that we need from us is our attention, 100%. And when you can provide yourself with that, oh my gosh, the sky is not even the limit. There is no limit. You are unstoppable, like truly limitless. Yes, but it is true. Everybody that comes in our life cross our path is to teach us. And like, okay, one last thing that I wanted that came to my mind that I think my guys want me to share this. It's as simple as a stranger crossing your path, and you were having such a terrible day, and you're like, can it get any worse than this? Because, okay, I remember a time where I lost my keys and also my bus card, and also my car to get into the building that I work at too. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And during that period, I was having this moment of, is there, like, I lost hope in humanity. I was in so much pain, and I just felt like, is there any good people out there anymore? And when that happened, I was so emotional, and I was waiting for the bus, and there was a couple that was waiting with me with their child. And he was in the moment, he was complaining about how like she was not wearing like leggings that were warm enough for her because that day was really cold. And the crazy thing that it did triggered something in me is because in my family, unhealthy relationships, it's a pattern. And I was like, oh, I wonder if he's just one of those guys that are just super controlling. But no, he was just loving, because truly that day was really cold and she was wearing leggings and a boot. But you know what, at the end of the day, if you're comfortable with it, so be it. But at the moment, it had, my view on him wasn't the greatest, and it shows that where my pain lies too is that there was a lot of family trauma and pain that I needed to heal, right? Because that's what I was doing my judgment based on, and you shouldn't be judging anyone. But the thing is that everything that when you get triggered, it's for a reason. It's a beautiful reason. It's areas that you know that needs healing and releasing. And in that moment, I went on the bus and I explained to the driver that I lost my keys and everything, and I actually do not have cash, and could I ride the bus? And this couple that I actually was waiting for the bus with, they gave me money to ride the bus. But before then, I was like, okay, never mind, I'm not gonna ride the bus because I need to go and find my keys. I need to at least go back and check again. And they told me to wait. They gave me some change, and then I left. That was such a beautiful experience. Because, I mean, truly, that was a universe reminding me that there are beautiful people everywhere you are. But it's what you choose to focus on. And that is the truth. And those are the memories that truly keep everything, because everything happens for a reason. But in that moment, I was so touched. And yeah, I believed in him. The good in humanity again, because during that situation, so much drama was happening at my workplace that truly all they wanted to do was just great work, great research. But with drama, you can only do it for so long. Even if you're not even trying to concentrate on it, they just they want to, like, when they know that you're not trying to get involved, they push even harder. That's the crazy thing, is that when you're not even trying to get involved, they will come into your lane, and disturb it. They want to disturb your peace. They want to shake your world. And it sucks, but during that time I didn't understand what was going on. And so I all those situations I left. I had to, because the thing is that at the end of the day, the one person that I have to look out for is me. But looking back now, though all of those experiences were painful, they were all beautiful memories that shaped me who I am today. Like I've mentioned in the video, is that what everything that has occurred in your life, in every environment that you are in, you get to determine if it impacts you in a positive way or in a negative way. Everything starts with a choice, and that choice is always yours. It's never your environment. That's the power that you hold, and never forget about that. I'm gonna leave the conversation here. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys soon.